positive identification of the traitor's cruiser, linking to your tactical display.
Follow my intercept course. Take us around the fiercest fighting, and deliver us near his flank.
Target shows no sign of evasion. General, forward weapons locked and ready.
Fire!
Your shield is down. Forward disruptors. Recharged and locked.
Hold fire. Lower shields.
General, they are beaten. I request the honor of delivering the final death stroke.
Maintain your position aft of their rear shield array until you hear from me directly. I will now bring an end to this charade. Chief Engineer, transport me to the Traitor's Bridge.
I care nothing for the damage to the engines. I want Chang! Shake them off and bring us about, or your head will adorn my...
Kalno, son of Georg. I challenge you under the ancient rites of blood peace. Your officers will bear witness.
Chang, this is not one of your lectures at the Academy. This is a warship of the House of Georg. Your life became my property the moment you beamed aboard. There will be no duel.
Our ancestors settled their differences in this fashion. The rite of blood peace may have fallen out of favor in this decadent age, but it is no less binding today. Or will you flaunt your cowardice in the very presence of your men?
You are a fool, Chang. Chancellor Lorak will fall. His illness weakens him by the hour. Already he is unfit to lead the High Council. Withdraw this challenge. Join me, and I will ensure a proper place for you within my new government.
You cannot avoid my challenge, Kalno. If it is Lorak's fate to be deposed, so be it. I will ensure his successor will be a man of honor, not a cowardly son of Georg.
Where are your famous words of Shakespeare now, Chang? Had you accepted my offer, you would have lived to fight your true enemy. Now you're just a globfly on the road to my ascension.
Poor player. Life's but a walking shadow. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
At last, this day has arrived. So many years of training, study, and instruction. Now I, Torlek, son of Rokva, have earned a place in this hall. The honor to my family name alone was worth the struggle. But what will the general think? Will he recognize that I possess the strength to lead my fellow warriors into battle? Will he... He's here.
I officially welcome you to the Klingon Defense Forces Elite Command Academy. You have surpassed your peers to earn a place within this distinguished hall. But I tell you, this is not enough. In the days to come, you will be tested well beyond your current limitations. Most of you will fail, and failure will mean your immediate dismissal from this institution. Past achievements mean nothing here. I am not interested in the names of your fathers, nor of your family's lineage. What I am interested in is your breaking point. How will you conduct yourselves in battle? How far will you go to preserve your honor and fulfill your duty? These are simple questions that will decide the fate of our empire. One day there will be a war with our true enemy, the Federation. There are those who disagree, but it will happen. Before that day arrives, your role within this great conflict must be determined. This academy was conceived to create the very finest warship commanders in the galaxy. Those few of you who succeed will be granted immediate command of a warship. For those who do not, there will be no disgrace. Whatever becomes of you, either at this academy or beyond, never forget, you are all Klingon warriors. Klingon warriors. I have placed a challenge before you. Let us conclude this address and begin the trials.
This training exercise is designed to teach you the absolute basics of ship combat. Some of the more complex options have been disabled. As you demonstrate competence in performing the tasks presented to you, these restrictions will be lifted. First, we begin with your heads-up display, or HUD. The lower left display contains your ship's information. The numbers to the right indicate their damage status, given from 0 to 100%. The status of your ship's shield system is represented by a blue circle surrounding a top-down view of your ship. This circle is broken up into 4 segments, representing your forward, left, right, and rear shields. The strength of each is represented numerically, ranging from 0 to 100%. Your top and bottom shields are represented by a smaller blue circle, just to the right of the main shield indicator. It too displays the strength of these shields numerically, ranging from 0 to 100%. Along the top right of the display window are your weapon status indicators. From left to right, these display your primary, secondary, and heavy weapons. When you fire a weapon, its indicator will darken. As a weapon recharges, the indicator brightens. These indicators are normally orange when the weapon is fully charged, and turn green if a target is within that weapon's firing arc. No warship captain, regardless of his skill, can fight effectively without his crew. You will now learn how to issue orders and commands to them. The Verbal Order System, or VOS, is your direct contact with your bridge officers. Along the bottom of your HUD are your bridge crew and their corresponding number keys. Pressing any of these number keys will bring up a menu in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. These menus are the heart of the Verbal Order System, and each one represents a list of commands you can issue to your bridge crew. A good captain can increase a ship's effectiveness 100-fold with proper use of his bridge crew. To target an enemy in sensor range, you must use your ship's targeting computer through the VOS. Now press 8, then 4 to target the nearest enemy. The lower right window now contains your target's information. In this case, a Federation cargo tanker. This target display is very similar to your ship's display, and will provide critical information about your target during battle. The center of your HUD will display an arrow indicating what direction your target is in, and how far your ship must turn to face it. Face your target by turning your ship in the direction of the indicator. To change your ship's facing, simply move the joystick in the direction you wish to travel, or use the arrow keys. Once you have done so, and your target is visible on your screen, notice that your target is highlighted by 3 arrows. This will help you find your target in large engagements when there may be multiple enemy vessels visible on your screen. Ultimately, the purpose of every warship is to deliver its weapons to its target and utterly destroy it. You will now learn the weapon systems that will allow you to do this. Your ship's primary weapons range is 15,000 kilograms, or K. The distance to your target is displayed along the top of your target's information window. The highlighted triangles around your target will become a deep red when you are within primary weapons range. Your ship's primary weapons are disruptors. Fire them at the tanker as it comes into range by pressing the Alt key, or button number 1 on the joystick. Heavy weapons have a range of 12,500 K. The heavy weapons your ship carries are heavy disruptors. Fire them at the tanker as it comes into range by pressing the space bar, or button number 3 on your joystick. Secondary weapons have a range of 10,000 K. As your target comes into secondary weapons range, its highlighted triangles will become a bright red. The secondary weapons on your ship are photon torpedoes. Fire them by pressing the control key, or button number 2 on the joystick. Remember to configure your joystick by checking the Use Joystick box on the Controls menu, which is located within the options screen. Most of your ship's firepower is positioned to fire from the forward arc of your warship. There are, however, additional weapons spread throughout your port, starboard, and aft firing arcs. These weapons can automatically fire at an enemy target as it passes through these other arcs. It is now time to learn the importance and uses of power macros. Your warship is a highly complex weapons platform brimming with devastating firepower. Because of such complexity, however, every warship depends heavily upon its crew to coordinate the myriad systems needed for combat. Everything from damage control and sickbay to shields and the cloaking device must be managed carefully and assigned its proper power for whatever the given situation demands. To assist the captain in making his warship perfectly configured for any combat situation, your chief engineer has constructed power macros. These power macros are preset patterns in energy allocation for all main systems aboard your warship. Press the 1 key to call up your list of orders for your chief engineer. Press the 3 key to display the power macros available to you. Then press the 1 key again to select Standard Battle as your power macro. Your ship is now configured with sufficient power to run at combat speeds, maintain shields, weapons, and a host of other systems necessary for combat. Other macros are also available to you that will configure your ship's systems to do everything from cloaking and repairing, to reinforcing shields, to boosting power to sensors for hunting cloaked ships. Each one will instantly configure your ship to maximize its effectiveness under specific situations. And they are accessible by pressing the 1 key, then the 3 key, then the number for whichever power macro you desire. These lessons would not be complete without mastering the fundamentals of maneuvering your ship in combat. Along the top of your ship's information window is a horizontal bar, which is your ship's speed indicator. It is located immediately above the name of your ship, which in this case is simply designated Training Vessel. A small triangle at the top of the bar displays the speed you've set. Inside the top bar is an indicator that shows your current speed. Along the bottom of the bar is a triangle that indicates your ship's maximum speed due to your current power setting. Order your helmsman to set impulse speed to 3/4 impulse. Press 2, 4, then 2 again. To fine-tune your speed, you can also use your keyboard's bracket keys, left bracket and right bracket, to decrease or increase your speed setting. It is now time for you to bring together everything you have learned and put it to its logical effect. Destroy the tanker you currently have targeted. to the vastness of space, battles are often separated by great distances not easily traversed at impulse speeds. Even a single battle raging at the opposite end of a star system may take several hours to travel to at these sublight speeds. For this reason, warp travel is essential for proper timing during times of war. You will now learn how to perform an in-system warp within a solar system. Now, in orbit around Kronos' moon Praxis is an enemy warship. You will now perform an in-system warp to the moon using the VOS. Order your helmsman to warp to Praxis. Press 2, 2, then 1.
Engage warp drive.
Right away, sir. Tankers and other non-combatants are easy prey. To better test your capabilities as a warrior, you must battle an opponent capable of fighting back. Eliminate the Federation destroyer. Fire your weapons and continue firing until he is destroyed.
Okay.
Dorsal shield is down 50%. Starboard shield is down 50%.
Come on, I hate when they charge you like that. Okay. Six. Okay. Escape. 4.
Shield is down.
7. 4. There we go. 7, 7, 5. It won't let me activate it.
Port shield is buckling.
Gotta constantly adjust your speed. Here he comes again. Going down. No, he's about to though. Make sure I try to hit him on top and get his top. Like using my cloaking device. Transporter. Tractor beam. Target subsystems of this mission. Oh, I got his battleship too. Wait till he gets a little bit closer. It's 2-4 for my secondary weapons, okay. Thought I was going towards him. Okay, he's turning around, making a charging. Come on, that
shield is down 50%. Forward shield is buckling.
Die.
Ventral shield is down 50%. Ventral shield is down.
Okay, let him charge up. Got him down to 80%.
Ventral shield is down.
Get my lead on.
Port shield is down 50%. shield is
got him,
buckling.
64 pounds. Come on.
Middle shield is down. Forward shield is down. Port shield is buckling.
Turn. Okay, he's going. Come on. Patrols are so much better than the Starfleet Academy. How close is he? I can't believe those secondary weapons just keep missing like that. Got him down to 61%. Okay, let everything charge up and let him get close. Keep it about a quarter. These AIs really needed work back then. Okay, he's coming. As soon as he starts getting within range. Why did you shoot way up there, dumbass? Say that when it reaches a certain, even though it's zero. Oh, that's what the destroyed. There, fine. There he goes. Okay.
I am sure you will improve with practice.
I hope so.
Nice work. In war, battles are often fought in directed assaults requiring the coordination of numerous warships. In battle, you may be assigned escorts who will fight with you and follow your orders. You can assign orders to these escorts through the VOS. For this training exercise, you have been assigned the IKS Sankav as your escort. Instruct your communications officer to order your escort, the Sankav, to form on your flank. Press 3, 2, 1, then 4.
Com, order escorts to form up.
Next, have your targeting computer target your nearest enemy. Press 8, then 4. Now, instruct your communications officer to order your escort to attack your target. Press 3, 2, 1, then 2. Feel free to aid your escort in the attack.
But still, can't do it. This AI is actually stupid, so I'm not able to. It's going faster.
As previously mentioned, it is often necessary to travel great distances to attack a target or join a battle. Sometimes these distances may span an entire sector of space and cover many star systems. In this lesson, you will learn how to perform an out-system warp to another star system. When performing an out-system warp, it is advisable to do so under cloak. Order your engineer to activate the out-system warp power macro. Press 1, 3, then 8.
Engage power allocation.
This macro will automatically cloak your vessel, divert power to your warp drives, and configure the rest of your starship for the long journey to another solar system. Now, order your helmsman to warp to the charge dock system at warp factor 4. Press 2. 1 again, then 4. Before we conclude this training exercise, it is necessary to briefly explain planetary terrains. Battles are not always fought in the empty void of space where a ship's systems behave predictably. Oftentimes, a battle may rage within the corona of a star, or the straits of an asteroid belt, or even the edge of a black hole. For this reason, it is important to discuss the tactical benefits and dangers of operating within these diverse environments. We first begin by examining the effects within the outer atmosphere of a gas giant. One of the most immediate features of this terrain is the severe reduction in the performance of your ship's sensors, and the corresponding loss of visibility. Your targeting systems will be severely restricted, and more power must be allocated to your sensors in order to effectively detect enemy targets. You can instruct your chief engineer to do this by engaging the Hunt for Cloaked Ships power macro. Undeniably, however, this terrain's most dangerous property is the damage inflicted upon your ship's hull and shields by atmospheric friction. The faster you move, the worse the damage becomes. Even a battlecruiser at full strength can only hope to last for several minutes if traveling at full impulse. All of these factors combine to create circumstances where local navigation becomes exceedingly difficult. Therefore, it is unwise for any warship captain to remain in this environment any longer than absolutely necessary. And even then, he should never allow himself to stray any deeper than the outer fringes of its atmosphere. Yet despite the dangers, this terrain does have its advantages. If you find yourself outnumbered, and the situation calls for you to lose your pursuers, no other environment can better facilitate this. In particular, since maneuvering is much more difficult, larger warships have an advantage over groups of smaller vessels. Although very few warship captains prefer to utilize this environment, those that do so swear by it, and would scarcely fight anywhere else if given a choice. Another stellar terrain you might possibly fight a battle within is a planetary ring. These rings are mostly composed of very fine microparticles in slow orbit around their host planet. While these particles are small enough not to pose a danger to your ship's hull, be warned, however, as there are also large asteroids orbiting at high velocities. One interesting anomaly of this environment is its effect upon your ship's shields. All shipborne deflector shields will cease operating shortly after entering this terrain. This effect, coupled with the planetary ring's natural sensor interference, makes for a significant tactical advantage to any warship with a cloaking device. Indeed, many Klingon captains prefer luring an opponent into a planetary ring than any other battlefield environment, even open space. Congratulations! You have completed this training exercise.